Alright, so this video is to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Whether you like it or not, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. Alright, so I heard on Honest podcast that Seyi Law was saying that Nigeria is far better than 10 years ago, and I begin to imagine if he's actually stable up here. Like if Seyi Law, who is like a respected personality in the industry, in the entertainment industry, can come up to say that Nigeria under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is stable or better than 10 years ago, it's actually an indication of somebody who has lost a nut somewhere. And this is I mean no disrespect to Seyi Law. Is someone I actually respect. When he was doing his comedy, I do respect Seyi Law, but then there are some things you say and it actually sparks reactions such as this. Now, I was speaking with one of my friends and we said, considering what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing, that these reforms is doing, if the economic reform get to a certain stage, I'll be convinced that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working. Because you cannot bring something, if you say it is better, it means you're making a comparative analysis between the past and the present. You are talking about, Seyi Law was talking about price of food. Now, let me give you a statistics. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to power in 2023, rice was selling 35,000 naira per bag. It was 35,000 naira per bag. When he came into power after all of those subsidy removal and all, rice spiked to as high as 120,000. 120,000. Now we are having stability. The rice is now back to about 50-something thousand. Now you that is making the analysis, Seyi Law, 35,000 and 50-something thousand, which of the prices is higher? That you can now compare. I mean, that was the highest price of rice in 2023. It was the highest price of rice. Beans was selling around that same amount. It also spiked when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into power. It spiked to about 100 or 200 and something thousand. And it came down to about 40-something thousand now. So compare the price before and the price now. We know that, yes, for him to have brought down the price from where it was to where it is now, we applaud him. But then it was the reason why there was a spike in price. The inflation in price was as a result of the policy that was brought by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now we talk about price of cement. Cement was 4,000 naira per bag. Cement was 4,000 naira per bag in 2023. Currently, cement is 9,000 to 10,000 naira. So how is Nigeria better compared to 10 years? Now, let's even come to let's talk about USD against Nigeria. Dollar against Nigeria in 2023 was 460 naira. 460 naira was the highest rate, official rate. Currently, the official rate is about 1,300 and something naira, about 1,350 naira. So how do you say Nigeria is better now compared to 10 years ago? As in, what are the factors you've considered? If you now ask, because I was of the opinion that, okay, yes, Tinubu might be working. Maybe we are experiencing hike in price, maybe stability in our naira, but naira is not stable. I was even thinking, okay, maybe our debt rate was high. Maybe we'll have a low debt rate. In 2023, throughout the Buhari regime, we had international debt rate of about 87 trillion naira. 87 trillion naira in Buhari regime. Currently, Nigerian debt rate is 153 trillion naira. Almost 100%. So how is the country better than 10 years ago? Now, the reason why I would applaud Tinubu is that, okay, we have noticed that these prices went up and a bit they are coming down. We expect that they will really come down. But you see, if I should vote Tinubu in 2027, it is based on my personal opinion, which I am not sure, I am not convinced yet that Tinubu is actually working. I am not convinced yet, looking at the statistical analysis I have actually made open to us. But then if I should vote for Tinubu based on, you have someone that you have seen There are too many of them that we have not seen. They are not proven. You have someone that you have seen, even if, yes, if probably all of this price come down very well in 2027, we might be convinced. But then there is also a problem. This impunity in our democracy, the fact that the average Nigerian cannot comfortably go and vote. Look at what happened in the FCT. FCT election was conducted the first time that FCT will be experiencing lockdown, experiencing curfew 24 hours by Minister Nyesom Wike. Now you experienced a curfew after the elections. Election result was not transferred to IREF immediately. All election results were taken straight to Wike's house. It was in Wike's house that Wike, and because Wike was going around all polling units. Really, Wike is not a registered voter in the FCT. He was going around all polling units. You uploaded result in Wike's house. Now look at these results I'm going to be posting here. How can results should be this altered? Alteration of figures, alteration of numbers, and we still declared winners? Even when we are Amak is shouting, people were disenfranchised. People were not able to vote because when you come, they say this one is not working. When you come, and those were intentional acts. We know what Minister Nyesom Wike does. We know in Rivers State. We know his policy, and this was the exact same thing he did. You weaponize the police to be snatching ballot box. And that is the system we want to run in Nigeria. So even when I want to say, okay, let me even try to vote Tinubu with all of this, so that when a youth is complaining, and when they want to channel their complaint to the Federal House of Representatives, or they go to the Senate House, immediately they approach the Senate House to complain, to lay a formal complaint, which is their right, their civil right. There will be tear gas. Police will be weaponized. The same police that people have been fighting for, they will be weaponized to fight against an average Nigerian. So Seyi Law and all of those people that you cannot influence an average Nigerian that is suffering to vote for Tinubu. I pity Nigerians who will still collect 5,000 naira, who will still collect 3,500, 10,000 naira to vote against their conscience. I am not against Tinubu government. I have all my data. If after 2027, we checked the data and we correlate what is the current price of items in the market, we correlate them with the data. If there are differences to say, okay, we have a better representation, I would definitely vote for Tinubu. But if that is not achieved, I don't think Tinubu has performed.